First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening and learning, and to the Bayis Shadapatat, the house of David. Amaya Shatad, with men of valor, Las Vegas camp, coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds whose father's line goes back, you are the true children of Israel that the Bible speaks of. Salvation belongeth unto you, and you alone. All right, first and foremost, to the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, all right, who were predestinated by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to be the governing body, all right, under Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's stead, under King David and the 12, all right, as order permits. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has us in, all right, Lord willing would be those men. Then the multitude of the men, women, and children who believe upon the testimony shall receive salvation on this go-round, all right, and that is salvation for the nation of Israel. No other nation has the opportunity nor the blessing, all right, to receive this gospel, this good news, this word, all right, of salvation, all right. It is for us to tell them, all right, what the laws, statutes, and commandments and the blessing and the curses are, all right, and their part in the story of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, whether they care to hear or forbear. 2/3 of the nation of Israel here on the shores of Babylon the Great, aka Sodom and Gomorrah, aka Egypt, aka Rome 2.0, here on the shores of America, will perish, all right, for not believing upon the gospel, the good news, the testimony of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, all right. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into this lesson, Lord willing, be edifying and uplifting unto the body. We're actually going to start here in the book of Romans. It's going to be Romans chapter 9, and I'm going to start at verse 4. And it reads, Slaki, Romans chapter 9 and verse 4, and it reads, who are Israelites, to who pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law. All right, so Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is telling you, all right, who are Israelites, going yet to prove that it is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai who has ordained, who has predestinated, all right, those who are Israelite, and this is Paul speaking, all right, predestinated the elect, the chosen, all right, the ones that he chose since the foundation, since the world began, all right. He has given clear information, clear directions, and clear order that it is those chosen, all right, those who were chosen. Let me read that again. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 4, and it reads, who are Israelites, all right, to whom pertaineth the adoption. The adoption, what do you do if you adopt a child, all right? If you were to adopt a child, would you not have ownership of that child? Would you not have a responsibility, a love, and a care for that child? This is no different than what Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has done for us. All right, the adoption was to bring us back from our wicked ways, for the things that we had committed unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that it was an abomination and an offense unto him. All right, so Yahweh gave us the lamb without blemish, which was Yahawashai. All right, for us to follow after, for us to be covered by his sacrifice. Okay, continuing on, and the glory and the covenants, the old covenants, all right, as well as the new covenant to come. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has blessed us and continues to bless us. All right, we are waking up for this 3 days. All right, that we're in utter darkness. Now Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has revealed unto us who we are and whose we are. How much more do we need to understand that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai still has his love? How much more do you people need to understand that he still has an elect? All right, he has an elect nation above all nations. Right? Did he not say above all the families of the earth? For Israel, I have known you. All right, matter of fact, let me get that. All right, it's going to be the book of Amos, chapter 3. And I'm going to start at verse 1, and it reads, hear the words Yahweh hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, all right, that he brought up from the land of Egypt, all right, the nation of Israel. Who did he split the Red Sea for? Salakia. All right, he split it for the nation of Israel. All right, YAHAWASHI had Moses perform that act, gave him the directions to perform that beautiful, righteous act. All right, that he could what? That he could save his people. All right, what did Moses tell Pharaoh? All right, let my people go. And that's the people of YAHAWASHI, because what was Moses? He was a prophet of the Most High. All right, he was a prophet of YAHAWASHI. Okay, continuing on. I'm going to read it again from Amos 3:1. Hear the words of Yahweh have spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. All right, from all the families of the earth, YAHAWASHI has known. All right, he has known only Israel. All right, it yet goes to prove and continues to give an account, if you have the ears to hear and the eyes to see, that YAHAWASHI knows no other. All right, he doesn't know any other nation. Doesn't matter what you look like. It matters what your bloodline is. All right, what your father's line goes back to. So-called Negro, Latino, Native American, or Seminole Indian. All right, if your father's line goes back to those bywords, all right, you are a child of Israel. All right, going to yet prove. This is going to be here in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, and verse. I'm going to start at verse 7, and it reads, remember the days of old, consider the years of my generations. Ask thy fathers, and he shall, and he will show thee, thy elders, and thy will tell thee. When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, all right, the sons of Adam from the beginning, the Adamites, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. Yet going further to prove that the sons of Adam, sons and daughters of Adam, that YAHAWASHI had predestinated from the beginning, all right, from the beginning, were yet Israelites. All right, when we came in to YAHAWASHI, surnaming us, all right, Yasharala, he prince of the power, receiving what we are, Israelites. Okay, YAHAWASHI has given this unto his children. I'm going to read that again. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 8. When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For Yahweh's portion is his people, Jacob, the lot of his inheritance. All right, so yet YAHAWASHI has separated his people, has not only separated them, made them above all nations. All right, giving them the laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, giving them counsel. All right, YAHAWASHI has done this for us, and he has continued this very thing. All right, still to this day. Going back here to the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 5, and it reads, who are the fathers, and to whom, as concerning the flesh, Hamashiach, which that word Hamashiach goes back into Christ the anointed, all right, the anointed one, who the world ignorantly calls Jebus Christ, all right, which his name is YAHAWASHI, meaning he is he, Slakia, YAHAWASHI, meaning he saves, he delivers, he saves, he delivers, he is salvation, all right. Yahweh, meaning he is, he to be, he exists. All right. So Yahweh gave us YAHAWASHI for a lamb without blemish. Okay. I'm going to read that from the beginning again. And it reads, who are the fathers of, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Hamashiach came, whom is over all, God, who is over all, YAHAWASHI, blessed forever. Amen. All right, so Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, continue to give us continue to give us blessings. And that blessing, that ultimate blessing, was a lamb without blemish. All right, being able to receive this doctrine, being able being able to call on the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and being brought back into remembrance, all right, of who we are and whose we are. What it takes, okay? Continuing on, not as though the word of the power Yahweh Shem Yahushai have taken none effect, for they are not all Israelites which are of Israel. All right, and that statement right there are those who are of the stock of Israel. All right, as well as a double-edged sword. All right, those are Israelites who are of the stock of Israel, right, and do not do as Yahweh Shem Yahushai has commanded. Those who do not seek after the truth of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, those who turn away, who are adverse, who live in sin, who live in wickedness, all right? Though they're Israel, they're not all of Israel, okay? Let me read that again. Not as though the word of the power Yahweh Shem Yahushai have none, take none effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel, all right? And this goes as well, right? The Israelites are a peculiar treasure unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, you have to be of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Let me say that again, of Abraham. Why? Because Abraham did have Ishmael. All right, but you have to be of Abraham, Isaac. All right, who Isaac, all right, who was ordained by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. If you can receive it, who was Yahawashi, the Lamb without blemish to come, all right, for the nation of Israel, Jacob, all right, and then the 12 sons that came out of Jacob's loins, okay? It's lucky, I just ate breakfast and I'm just and I'm talking fast, so forgive me, all right? And verse 7, and it reads, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, right? So Yahweh Shem Yahushai goes to say it, has it in the next verse in Paul's writings, right? Let me read it again. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham, all right? So it doesn't matter that you're just the seed of Abraham, all right? So Ishmael is not an Israelite, all right? Continuing on, are they all children? But in Isaac shall thy seed be called. All right, so you have to be a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, going back through your father's line, to receive the glory, the majesty, and the blessing of Yahweh Shem Yahushai's nation, salvation, and the promise and the covenants that he has given unto his nation. All right, this is a heritage-based thing. This is not a colored-based thing. It is a heritage bloodline base thing. All right. This is going to be here in the book of 1 Peter. It's going to be 1 Peter chapter 1, Slakia. Chapter 1, starting at verse 1, and it reads, chapter 1, and starting at verse 1, and it reads, Peter, as an apostle of Yahawashi Mashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galilee, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bethanian. All right. So these are the regions at that particular point in time. Okay. Elect according to the foreknowledge of the power Yahweh Bashem Yahushai the Father, through sanctification of the Spirit, unto obedience and sprinkling of the blood of Yahawashi HaMashiach. All right, so here it is, yet that promise that was made, all right, that promise that was made unto the nation of Israel when the blood was sprinkled on the people and sprinkled on the book. That was the first covenant, All right, that was the first covenant that Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi had sealed. All right, signed, sealed, and delivered unto the nation of Israel. All right, he gave us the directions, the laws, statutes, and commandments. We entered that contract with Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi. All right, he made a contract in blood with the nation of Israel. All right, continuing on. Grace be unto you and peace be multiplied. Blessed be the power, Yahweh, Yahweh and Father of our Lord, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, which according to his abundant mercy have begotten us again unto a lively hope by the resurrection of YAHAWASHI HaMashiach from the dead. All right, so we received another covenant when YAHAWASHI made his ultimate sacrifice. All right, when Yahweh allowed him, all right, made and designed him to step in for the nation of Israel. All right, when the Lion of Judah, all right, in the heavens stepped up for the nation of Israel, as Yahweh has ordained his only begotten Son. He has stepped up for us. And matter of fact, let me get that. Right? It's be a book of Revelation. I'm just going to go ahead and start at chapter 5 and verse 1, and it reads, "And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within, and on the backside sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, Who is worthy to open the book and to loosen the seals thereof? And no man in heaven, nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon." All right. So this is given an account in the heavens. All right. Continuing on. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. All right. So none was worthy, but the Lamb without blemish, but YAHAWASHI himself. All right. Through the will of Yahweh. Let me continue to read. Verse 5, and it reads, "And one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and loosen the 7 seals thereof. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders stood a lamb, as it had been slain, having 7 horns, and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of the power sent forth into all the earth." Salakia. And that number 7 goes back into completion. All right, understanding that Yahweh has predestinated YAHAWASHI, that lamb, to be slain, that lamb without blemish, being the ultimate sacrifice for the nation of Israel. Okay, continuing on, "And he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne, and when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps, and golden veils full of odors, which are the prayers of the saints. All right. Sending up sweet savors. All right. That sweet savor unto Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi. Glorification, magnification of his name. praises, all right? Hey, your fear, all right? Going unto YAHAWASHI in obedience, love, care, respect, and kindness, brotherly love. All that is a sweet savor unto YAHAWASHI, order itself, okay? It gives reverence to YAHAWASHI as Yahweh has commanded. All right, it is a sweet savor unto him. Continuing on, and they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to the power, to the power, tongue, and people, and nation. All right, so here it is, YAHAWASHI, the Lamb without blemish, right, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, all right, he came from the nation and the children of Israel to be redeemed, to be brought back unto the Father, all right, as it said in the book of Romans, as it says here in the book of Revelation, all right, the final book, as it tells you, all right, and has made us unto our power kings and priests, and will share reign on the earth. All right, so to follow after Yahweh B'Shem Yahawashi's way, and to live after the manner of what he has predestinated and chosen the nation of Israel to live after, to have all other nations under the nation of Israel, which was the birthright of the nation of Israel, if your father's line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, if you are a part, Lord willing, be of the part of the 144,000 elect men, all right, you are the governing body, the multitude of the 1/3, men, women, and children, as well as the 144,000, all right, you are all predestinated to receive salvation, Adawan, Arataza, be a part of that number, not having to suffer in the lake of fire, not having to suffer that thermonuclear ICBM fire that will touch the shores of Babylon the Great and decimate it, that will make this place a memorial, okay? Yahweh B'Shem Yahawashai has already commanded it and demanded it to happen, all right? Got a couple more scripts, and then I'll go ahead and close out. It's going to be here in the book of Matthew, and it's going to be Matthew chapter 13 and verse I'm going to start at verse 9, and it reads, Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? Verse 11, which here's the point. He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. All right? Yahweh B'Shem Yahawashi did not give this word to everyone. He gave it to the elect of the nation of Israel who were predestinated from the beginning. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get that. All right? This is going to be here in the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 23, and it reads, And not only they, but ourselves also. Salakia. Let me read 30 first. Salakia. This is going to be the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 30, and it reads, I'm going to start at 29. Salakia. This is going to be book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 29, and it reads, For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn amongst many brethren. All right, so Yahawashi himself being the firstborn, all right, amongst many brethren. Continuing on verse 30, moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. All right, so not only the men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahawashi, the apostles, all right, the apostles, the disciples of Yahweh B'Shem Yahawashi, but the elect of the nation of Israel, starting with the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel. All right, YAHAWASHI being the first. All right, that we follow after him, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified. All right, to be joint heirs as Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has predestinated. Okay, going back up to Romans chapter 8 and verse 23, and not only they, but ourselves also, which are the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our bodies. Salakia, my eyes were messing with me. For the redemption of our bodies. All right, so that we receive we receive the body after Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We receive the glorious body, to receive the laws, statutes, and commandments in our inward parts, never have to worry about going off. All right, as well as receive the body, the brotherhood. Okay, being brought back unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, being in order, being with one another, having a nation fulfilled in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and living in righteousness and no wickedness. All right, no malice, no nothing would be in the body, in the world of the nation of Israel, of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We will live and do everything according to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's will. Okay, going to go here to the book of Mark. This will be the book of Mark, chapter 4, and going to be verse 11, and it reads, and he said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, but unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables. All right, so Yahweh Bashem Yahushai give word unto the prophets, all right, to speak unto you in parables, as Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has spoken unto us in parables, that we are able to receive the mystery, research in the history, to get the true knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that we are able to deliver the message unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's elect. All right, we give you the message of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Why? Because we have to study to show ourselves approved. All right, rightly dividing the word of truth. Okay, that we may feed the flock as Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has intended us to do. Continuing on, verse 12, that seeing they may see, and it's lucky, that seeing they may see and not perceive, and hearing they may hear and not understand, lest at any time they should be converted, and their sins should be forgiven them. And he said unto them, know ye not this parable? And now then will ye know all parables. All right, so Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has given us the word of his testimony, has given us the majesty, the glory, and the grace to speak and to believe upon him, and to speak his doctrine, his truth, his gospel. All right, so Lord willing, this was an edifying, uplifting lesson. I want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening and learning, to the Bayesh Davidah, the house of David. Till the next time, say Shalom, Kwam Yasharallah, Wa Abal Babal. Shalom.